Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll talk about getting involved on campus, and my guest today knows a little bit about getting involved on campus. Director of Student Involvement here, Barbara Patterson. Barbara, as always, welcome to Trojan Talk and thanks for being here.
So, I'm so grateful you asked me to be here.
And it's the beginning of a school year. It's always a time for getting involved, but most importantly, probably for the new students. We've got a record crop of new students on campus. How important is it for them to get involved outside of the classroom?
Well, one of the reasons we host Welcome Week is that we want them to get the message very early on that it is super important for them to get involved on campus. We want them to find their home away from home, their niche on campus. And really, a student organization is the way to do that. They will connect with people who have some of their same interests and their same values, and there's so many opportunities for them to find people who have those same interests and values, and it will help them get acclimated to campus so much very quickly if they will join a campus organization.
And as one of those things, and the key words on a college campus, retention and keeping students on campus.
Exactly.
And I would think that leads to that is getting involved and having a little bit of more of a life outside the classroom will help someone decide to stick through it.
Absolutely. You know, we do not want anyone sitting in a residence hall room or an apartment being bored. There are too many activities and there are too many organizations on campus to get involved in. And we do know that if a student gets active and involved in something and makes connections, they will be happier at the university and they will stay at the university.
And not to mention those connections you make at those organizations can help you out in numerous ways, whether it's in the classroom or just getting around or just knowing your way around the campus or town. So,
you know, I was so fascinated the other day at Odyssey Convocation. Nick Abraham, one of our former SGA presidents, talked about his experience here at Troy. And of course, he was the SGA president and had great experience, but he also talked about that his experience as his fraternity's recruitment chair helped him innumerably to succeed in the job that he has currently. And it really, it made me so happy to hear that, because I know that we want students to understand this is a building block. This is a time for them to try something new. And there's no telling how those skills will help them to learn, you know, skills that will translate into a job one day. And of course, then the connections. The connections that they make with their fellow students, the connections they make with faculty and staff. And you know, many of our student organizations have alumni working with them. And then those connections with the alumni, those are invaluable.
And of course, the types of organizations, there's a wide variety.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're talking over 200 organizations, so that it runs the gamut of what is out there. I know we've got, you know, fraternities and sororities, which you've kind of touched
Greek
on
life,
already.
yes.
Greek life. There's religious organizations I know that you take a lot of pride in. And then just general, organizations within programs and schools.
Right, within their majors. You know, we think that's one of the best ways that a student can get involved is within their major. And we want them to connect, again, not only with students who are interested in studying what they're studying, but also to connect with the faculty members who advise those organizations. And then, you know, there's service organizations. I cannot tell you how many organizations are out there in our community doing good work every day. We get so many comments from community people about how much they appreciate the fact that we have student organizations that are out there committed to community service and helping out wherever they can help within the city of Troy.
And of course, if anyone out there, if the student is watching this right now and they're interested in trying to find out, they can come see you and
Absolutely.
come by the student involvement office.
Yes.
And so,
anybody in our office can help them. We've already had a bunch come in today, and it's fun to see the students pop in and say, "Hey, what can I join? What can I be a part of?" And we just love for them to come by.
all right, on the second floor of the Trojan Center, right down the hall from the bookstore there.
Exactly.
So, well, Barbara, as always, thanks for joining us, and hopefully
You're so welcome.
some students will take advantage of those extracurricular activities here on campus. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.